Okay, welcome. Is this it? Talk to me. Okay, we're live, I think, on something here. Is this a commercial break?
I think Al Perry told me that the Johnnies were auditioning for a singer, that I'd be a good candidate because I used to see him at the Tequila Mockingbird. The Tequila Mockingbird was a mall bar, a bar in the mall at Elcon Mall. And of course, Al Perry's song, Elcon Malo, is possibly looped into that whole experience that he had at Elcon Mall. But they had a happy hour with like this weird enchiladas in a giant stainless steel trough that they'd put out at weekdays, you know, when happy hours had food. I believe the bar went through to the inside air-conditioned part of the mall, KB Toys and the fountain, where I've seen people just go in there for beer money, getting the coins out of the fountain. He sent me over to Julia's house, which was on Euclid, and they told me some of the songs. One of them was Sister Ray, the Velvet Underground song, and so my friend, we listened to the record to try and get some of the words, and so I showed up somewhat prepared to sing Sister Ray, and I had fun, and it was, you know, immediately, you know, said, you're in, you know, show up for practice, show up for shows, and
fucking Dorian, he was a character, dude. I mean, he hammed it up real good, you know.
Oh, you know what? One thing about Dorian is one night we're all just, you know, roaming around in the night, you know, just, I forgot what, but you know, where we would just go out and just wander about. And he got on this thing of trash names. And he started giving everybody names based upon, he would reach his hand into a trash can or a dumpster, and he would just pull out whatever he grabbed, and that would be your name. So I was bread bag because he reached in and pulled out some bag of like bread that was done. But other, you know, he basically named everybody in our little group by, you know, with just reaching in and pulling out trash.
Just remembering Dorian being so nice. He was old because he was probably 2 years older than me. But he was making this huge pot of soup, and he was clearly feeding Kate and, I mean, Tasha and Reed. Like, clearly they had no money and he was taking care of them in some way. And then, but he was gonna go feed homeless people. And like, yeah, it's just such a sweet Dorian story, because Dorian was always so nice to everybody.
You ever having a huge crush on Dorian?
But the chicks loved him, you know what I mean? He had a great stage presence.
so that was it, you know, getting the audition at Julia's house on Euclid, and that was our practice house most of the time, and occasionally at 818. And Paul Young was a good heart, you know, he didn't have a mean bone in his body, but I remember him once praising my knees in a Jamaican accent, saying, Johnnies, and touching knelt and touched my knees, saying, Johnnies.
Without any further delay, here they are, the Johnnies.
Johnnies didn't care about that. Doc Martens and bondage pants and leather jackets. You know what I mean? They were like, we're here. We just kind of just got out of bed.
Yeah, kitty, kitty. I felt like the Johnnies was such a, like, fuck it, let's do a band with no purpose, and it was fun, and it was great, and no one cared.
The Johnnies were a band for the ages, and they were one of my favorites. I think that the Johnnies were emblematic of 818, or at least my recollection, which may be a little beer-addled.
I love the Johnnies.
The Johnnies were one of my favorite bands.
A little trashy, a lot of fun.
Just first off, I just want to say,
we never knew what he was going to do. He would always just come up with stuff. He didn't like plan anything with the band, you know.
Well, it's just been my policy that what people have to say about me behind my back is really no business of mine.
He gave that whole intro out. I heard what you said about me.
But I heard what you said about me, bitch! Well, you ain't nothing but a bitch.
But he could just connect with people so well.
He was so sleazy in the most wholesome way.
how could you not want him to be your front person?
And so laissez-faire and just didn't give a piss about shit.
But when he was on, he was fucking on, man. And the fact that you could have a musical genius like Gene Rulli. Along with Julia, who's still just picking up chords at that point relative to Gene.
Well, it was Julia's band. She pulled from these odd folk, almost historic, not quite rockabilly, but you know, she was pretty eclectic in her taste.
And the Johnnies was so kind of loosely thrown together, and everyone's, you know, opinion was part of it.
But again, it was her show. It was her call on almost everything. Occasionally, as a concession, she'd allow me to suggest and include a song in our set list. The one was Saturday Night by the Bay City Rollers. I don't know why. I thought, oh, that'll fit.
I can't remember if David was already playing with this, and I don't really remember how David got involved, but probably through Julia.
It was David Forbes.
Yes,
it was David,
the bass.
David Forbes. You know, just that complete laissez-faire attitude with the low slung bass, and then the drummer.
With one of my favorite drummers in town. Yeah, that's Tina.
But it was, and overall, I have no bet. I can only think of, wow, what a blast. That's my takeaway is, and you know, something to hell yeah smile about, for sure. Just glad that we could have shared what we had.
It's about having a good time. The name of the song is Good Times. Tell all your friends, call the kids, wake them up. Something on TV, it's the Johnnies. I'm having a... The child, still at home, I fall back to my home. I'm eating sweet Wheaties from a black plastic bowl. I'm having a good time. Oh yeah, a good time. What kind of good time? I'm having a good time. That's right. Well, I watch TV, it goes off the plane, and I spend all night listening to water dripping in the sink. Maybe, just maybe that's what I need. A glass of water and some good times. Good times. I'm having a good time. Good time, good time. And my friends all tell me how lucky I am. They're spending daddy's money, they're driving daddy's car, but they can't tell me how bad things are. It's too bad. It's just the way things are. Good time. Good time. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. You want to hear that? Listen to the guitar. something for you. Good times.